Welcome to Cooking on the Farm. I'm Rachel, and I'm going to show you how to make minestrone soup two different ways. One in a crock pot, one on your stove. Depends on how fast you want it. Come on in, I'll tell you about our ingredients. So I'm just going to season my hamburger. I am going to attempt to give you the exact measurements. I normally measure by hand on these, so we're going to do our best. Because I have 2.5 pounds, each pound of hamburger is half a teaspoon, so 3 teaspoons. I do about a half a teaspoon of some sort of a pepper, like a chili pepper, tablespoon of garlic powder or granulated garlic, whatever way you go. Onion powder, tablespoon. If it's a little heavy-handed, that's fine. I do a heavy hand of Italian seasoning. Basil, again, tablespoon. Parsley, tablespoon. And pepper, probably close to a teaspoon. We'll taste it later. And then we're just gonna keep chopping this up until it's really small. So we're just gonna let that go. While my hamburger is going, I'm gonna be chopping all the vegetables. I am missing some. I recently had an eye injury. It's been about a week and a half. I just got the okay from my eye doctor to go back, that I can go back to normal activities. So thank you for those of you who have reached out on Instagram and been praying for me. I so felt it. There is no way that I would have healed this fast. Even the doctors have said that. Of course, they don't admit God did it, but we all know that He did. These onions, I'm going to use a chopper on them. So I just need to chop them down to size where they will fit in to the chopper. So here is my chopped veg. These are the 4 onions. I'm going to brown these. So I'm going to put these over here to be browned. So in here I have some beef broth. It's like the better than bouillon. I do not have any home canned broth right now. I thought I did. It's gone. Whatever. I need to get more. I need to make more. So I'm going to kind of divide these between these 2 pots. So we have basketball tonight. So this pot right here is going to be for when we get home. David has to go to work right after basketball. So we're going to do this pot. So anyway, back and forth between the 2. I love the way that chopper chops. They're all beautiful. I use the same setting on both of them. When I can, I use this chopper for all my like big batch soups and stuff like that, because then everything is the same size. It's so easy. You just chop it and then disperse it to your jars. You can use canned, like from the store, home canned, whatever you want to do. I am kind of doing a combination of the 2. This is just a whole can, whole tomatoes in a can. I am going to dump that in my one for tonight because it's going to cook longer. I have it set on high, and I'm going to put juice and everything in there because we want all that tomato goodness. I'm making, I guess, a double batch. Okay, I'm doing 1.5 pounds double, so 3 pounds of hamburger. So if you're doing a single batch, it's just 1.5 pounds of hamburger. And then I have a pound of sausage that I'm going to split between the 2. And then 1 can, if you're doing cans, one of these big cans, what is this, a 28 ounce of crushed, diced, whatever, whole, if you want to go with that. All right, so I am doing my home canned tomatoes and their broth. If you don't have tomato in the can like this, you can use tomato juice too. So like I said, one of these is for now, one of them is for later. And these are just tomatoes there's a little lemon juice and salt. I'm just gonna drain these. I'm not rinsing them, I'm just dumping them in. If they were store-bought beans, I would definitely rinse them. So these are actually Mexican beans, and these ones are cilantro lime. So you don't have to be that picky. So with the hamburger, I'm literally just stirring it, trying to get it brown. And because there's so much in here, it will take a bit to get brown. If you had it in smaller batches, obviously it would brown faster. Now, if you had zucchini, throw it in. I haven't done beans in years because we did keto, but the way my kids need the protein with all the sports they're in, I figure a little bean ain't gonna hurt nobody. So this is a can of tomato sauce. I do not make my own tomato sauce. I have been watching how to do it. Again, it's a lot. So I'm gonna give this a stir. And you can, like, if you don't want the tomatoes whole, because this is not hot, you can just go in and squeeze the tomatoes. It's a very cool feeling, just saying. So remember, I have no seasoning in either one of these except for, well, obviously the beans had a little bit of something, but not like craziness, if that makes sense. If you were gonna can this, one, I would not do it with the beans. I would not do it, no, I would just not do it with the beans and the cabbage. If you don't want to cook the onions, like you don't have time, you just want to throw it in your crock pot, you can. You don't have to cook any of this. It just tastes better adding layers of flavor. Because again, I'm going to get these guys browned up. All right, look at all those brown bits. That's exactly what we want. Yeah, buddy. So I'm going to divide this half in here, half in here, make it fair for everybody, and then the rest in here. There's no added grease in the bottom of this, so I'm just dumping it all. This is from the cow that we have butchered every couple years, and normally I actually have to add oil to it. You could do 50-50 sausage to hamburger ratio. I don't. I'm just going to use 1 pound, and this is any kind of like, not a breakfast sausage. This is just right now, Jimmy Dean was on sale and it's the original flavor. You're just chopping this up. So since the onions did not get any salt, I'm gonna give them a little salt to help them out. The salt this is about a teaspoon of salt. The salt kind of draws the moisture out of them and helps them kind of caramelize a little bit faster, I feel like. And this is just half teaspoon-ish pepper. I'm gonna stir these big, huge pots. This guy's already starting to boil. So this one does not have beef broth in it yet. This one does. I still have to add cabbage and sausage to this guy, so we may have to move some soup to that pot over there. But we'll see. If you wanted to add noodles, you could add noodles to this. Obviously you can't can them, but you can add noodles to it and then refrigerate it, freeze it, type thing. All right, so I just peeled my outside layers off. Normally I go ahead and add a couple tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, but because I haven't added my cabbage in yet, I want to get that cooked down a little bit. As you can see, this guy is boiling. This guy obviously is not. So I'm going to cut these little wedges like this. Anyway, these guys are going to release a lot of flavor and moisture. So in that one, I'm going to let it cook a little bit and then add some Worcestershire. I will be adding Worcestershire to both of them. This is just a regular head of cabbage, green cabbage. I am not a fan of red cabbage in soups like this. Not a fan. So I'm gonna put half in each of these. And I'm just cutting these pretty small. They'll kind of turn into noodles, kind of, sorta. So I'm gonna split this in half. So say you just had regular pork and you didn't have pork sausage with sage or anything like that, you could just add a little bit of sage to this. Like, that's not a big deal. I would start with a teaspoon and then taste it. So my onions are very cooked, okay, but they're not brown yet, y'all. So what I'm gonna do 1 scoop in each of these, and then I'm gonna dump the rest in here. These guys are gonna deglaze this pan. So these guys are literally, look at this, they're already picking up the fawn on the bottom of the pan. All that flavor that would have been left behind. I'm just gonna kind of put this on a medium and let it go. I'm also gonna put this pot on kind of a medium. Because essentially, at this point, we're just waiting for that cabbage to cook. That's it. This guy's done. This guy, however, because crock pots cook slower, they take more time. Okay, this is gonna be really full. So I'm just gonna kind of scoop some of the meat veggies and put it on top to kind of push those cabbage pieces down. Onions are done. I am turning this guy down to low, 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 and I'm going to taste it. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm not going to put the Worcestershire sauce in this one. So I'm going to have David get a close-up. I'm going to blow the steam away. The cabbage is cooked. Like, this guy's done. Like, call the kids in, call your army in. This guy, however, I mean, if you look at it, everything's still bright green. I mean, it's bright green, needing to be cooked still. I'm gonna taste it. I don't think I need Worcestershire in that one either. That's a first, y'all. So this lid is gonna go on for 4 hours. This guy is done. The cabbage has a teeny bit of crunch. So do the carrots. Celery is soft. Still holds its shape, but it's soft. This is how I like it. So you can serve this, like I said, with noodles of some sort. We've done it before with the stuffed pasta, like the cheesy stuffed pasta. Oh my gosh, so good. I can't have them anymore because of the gluten, but they're really good if you want a yum yum. You could do sour cream. You could do cheese and sour cream. If you want it a little spicier, you could add a little bit of red pepper flakes. You could add pepperoncinis. I know we've done that in the past, but to keep it as pure as I like it like this. A little bit of Parmesan maybe. Maybe a little mozzarella. Maybe. This one will be a lot, like all the veg will be very soft, very tender. Again, cook it a little bit longer if you want them to be really soft. Not that big a deal. From my kitchen to yours, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week, rest of your year. I'm gonna enjoy my soup and then go to basketball because it's cold outside, so we need soup. God bless y'all. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Wow. They're brand new. Oh, well there's a teeny bit left. Most of it's at my feet. Wow. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna, where'd my cutting board go? Two, and then dishwasher. Juice and salt. What the heck? Are you serious? What? Oh, snap.
Yeah, we don't need the extra
Iron. I like to get my hands messy, okay?
It's called getting your hands in your own food.
Yeah, I'm invested in my food.
You playing with your food
It's made with love. This is not plain. This is feeling the texture.
We need to get you some more that thing's on fire.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. I don't know why I have my hand like this. I'm balancing something, I guess. I'm doing sound effects, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I look mad. Anyway, what, blow? I know. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Hot.
Still hot.